Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by today. I've got a really fantastic card for you today. I love butterflies. I don't know, they just make me happy. In fact, I have to tell you, I saw my first butterfly of spring yesterday, and it just warmed my heart, and it was kind of my inspiration for my card today because it was a white butterfly with just some little tiny specks of peach, and so that's what inspired my card today. Guys, what I love about this one is we have a little pop-up window here inside, and the stamps that I'm going to be using, you're going to have so many different options. You can change this sentiment. I think I've got 24 stamps in there, so a lot of different options for this set, but you know what, I've yapped long enough. Let's get to creating a card. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the cardstock you need to create today's flashcard. My card base today is in Pool Party. I have that cut at 11 inches by 4¼ inches, scored at 5½ inches. My flashcard pieces, I'm going to be using Saffron, that is 2 3/4 by 4¼ And then my layering piece, you can use either Whisper White or Very Vanilla. You can see here on my sample here, I used Whisper White. I decided for another one, I would show you a different one in Very Vanilla. That piece is 2½ by 4 inches. I've also got about 8 inches of our crushed curry baker's twine. That's going to add this cute little bow here at the end. Guys, that is all you need. Let's go ahead and go over the stamp sets we're going to use. The first stamp set we're going to use is Sheltering Tree, but of course we're not going to be making a tree. We have this fabulous little bundle of leaves, but it's really going to add great dimension to our butterfly. So we're going to use that one there. And then my sentiment is going to come from Teeny Tiny Wishes. Now what I love about this set, 24 stamps, and with this butterfly, you can imagine you've got a lot of opportunities, a lot of different phrases that you can put in there. I made this one a Happy Easter, but today we're going to make it a Get Well card. Let's go ahead and do our stamping. I have a Peekaboo Peach ink pad here, and I'm going to ink up, as I said, that big stamp from Sheltering Tree. We're going to stamp that right in the middle of the Very Vanilla cardstock. I'm now going to come in with the butterfly thinlits. This is going to give us that great image to pop. Really fabulous set, but I'm going to use the medium-sized butterfly. And I am simply going to line that up. I want to make sure I'm centered all the way around. We're going to be running this through the Big Shot. So let's go ahead and take that over to the machine. We're going to cut out that butterfly. All right, we've got that cut out, and you can see all those little pieces are left. If you haven't purchased this wonderful little die brush, it is awesome for getting out all those little pieces. So I'm now going to add some snail to the back of our cutout image here. And you can see you want to kind of make sure you get all those thin little spots, if you know what I mean. We're going to adhere this down onto our flashcard. All right, I have that done. I'll set that off to the side while we go ahead and work on our card base. So before we do the embossing, I'm going to come in with the classic label punch so I can cut out that window. Guys, to do that, I am simply going to line up the side of my punch here onto the cardstock. Try not to come up too high because we still have our focal image to get there. So I'm going to kind of line it up. Oh, I've probably got about maybe 1/4 inch. Let's go ahead and give that a punch. For my embossing, I chose the Petal Burst embossing folder, but let me tell you, any of our embossing folders are going to look awesome. I just love the texture of this one. Something about the butterfly wings and those petals I thought was just very eye-appealing. But like I said, any of them will do. I'm just going to line up my score line here at the bottom of my embossing folder. We will run that through the Big Shot. Now that we have that ready to go, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment here on our classic label punch. Now, I have chosen Get Well Wishes. Again, as I said, Teeny Tiny Wishes, you've got a lot of choices. Let's go ahead and stamp this right in the middle of our classic label. I have put some snail adhesive on the back of that, and I'm just going to lay it right inside that window. Give that a little push. It actually gives a little dimension to the inside of the card, and that's kind of nice too. Now, let's go ahead and come in with the baker's twine. We're going to tie a knot. When you tie this knot, you want to make sure your baker's twine goes into the little, the arrow, the point that's coming off of that. So let's go ahead and give this a little tie. You can trim off the excess. That's done. Let's go ahead. We're going to add our focal image here, and I'm just going to do that with snail. Now you can also use fast fuse. When we're dealing with all this heavy and heavy texture, sometimes you have to be a little heavy with the adhesive because you don't have as much surface area for your focal image to stick. So we don't want it falling off. So let's make sure we use plenty. I am just going to center that on the two sides and from the top. Now I really want this butterfly to pop. You could do a couple different things. We really could add just some Tombow glue or snail and it's gonna pop just fine, but I wanted to give it just that little extra, right? So a couple things you can do. I personally am very partial to the foam adhesive strips. I love, they're thinner, but the other option that you can go with, and pardon me as I reach, and that is you can use the bones of your Stampin' Dimensionals. Now I will tell you, they can be a little wide, so that's why I chose to go ahead and go with the foam strips for this one. I'm just going to lift off this end. I don't want to peel the whole thing off. And guys, it's only going to take, maybe about an inch. All right, so don't go crazy with this. But you can see a little is going to go a long way too when you're using these adhesive strips on your projects. That's going to go right down the middle of our butterfly. And now we can add that as our main focal image. I don't even have to worry in shipment whether or not the butterfly is still gonna pop. Trust me, she's gonna pop. She is on there and on there good. But this is really a great card to make. I loved that no matter what colors I chose, it's gonna be beautiful. White, vanilla, either way you go, you can't go wrong. Embossing folders, either way you go, you can choose any of our embossing folders and you're gonna have a fantastic card. Now, I wanna mention one other thing. This doesn't stop at butterflies. We have so many framelits that this same technique is going to work with. You can use the hearts or the stars framelits. We have so many different ones. So kind of think outside. Don't stick to just butterflies and just use this layout and create a lot of different fun pop-up cards. But I tell you, that sheltering tree, first of all, fantastic stamp set as a tree, but I love that we can use that background in a very different way. So guys, if you would like to see more about today's card, you can head on over to simplysimplestamping.com. Just look for the March 8th, 2016 blog post. You're going to see everything I used, and if you need to order any of the supplies, just click a pick. It'll take you to my online store. But remember, use what you already have. Don't give up on those stamps and framelits that might already be there in your stamp room. Now, if you'd like to order flashcards to go, because maybe you're one of those that hates cutting, I so get that. Sometimes that's the most frustrating part of stamping. We just want to get to the fun part. So you can order flashcards to go. This is where I will have all the cardstock cut, scored. It's all ready to go. You're going to have the envelopes, the flashcards, and the flashcard 2.0 pieces, and you can order those also at simplysimplestamping.com. Just look in the pink menu bar for flashcards to go. You'll be able to order what you need, your favorite color collection right there. Well, I've yapped you long enough. I think it's time for you guys to get to stamping. I hope that today's card has inspired you or at least given you some fun new ideas. So guys, have a fabulous stamping day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.